Oh, Matilda's not impressed. I think that's your buddy, that's your bosom buddy, Matilda. Mm-hmm. Hello, darling. This is better than being under the dining table, isn't it? Uh-huh. So Hamble has been at home in the house for almost 3 weeks after having an operation and various antibiotics and painkillers and anti-inflammatories. Initially for a breathing problem that she had, and then for lameness. And you'll probably notice as she's walking around, she's lame on her left leg. And I think she's just beginning to get a bit down. She doesn't want to be stuck in the house. She's not a person, she's a chicken. But after being away from the flock for so long, the pecking order would have to re-establish, and she's not up to, because she's not sound yet, she's not up to getting involved in the argy-bargy and quite nastiness that can happen when you introduce a chicken back into the flock, or it's the equivalent of introducing a new hen into the flock, to be honest, when they've been out for almost 3 weeks as she has. So, you know, I wanted to keep her indoors until her leg was stronger, until she was sound, but I don't know how long that's going to take, because we don't really know what the problem is. Different types of painkillers haven't helped. We tried one, a tramadol based one, and it maybe helped a teeny tiny bit, but it might just have been her improving herself. We then went on to one that is designed for nerve pain, because we thought it might be nerve pain that might be causing her sore leg. That didn't really do anything. Gabapentin, I think that was called. It's a human one, a human drug, but you know, quite a lot of the stuff you give chickens are, because there's not that many drugs that are tested on chickens at the moment or approved for chickens. So the gabapentin was even less effective than the tramadol. So after we finished that, the vet said, well, look, the drugs aren't really doing much by the looks of it, so why don't you just see how she gets on without drugs and see if she just carries on to improve slowly. I have also, so we've been doing that, and I've also been putting hot compresses on her leg, and I was about to start doing some, you know, giving her some baths, because as you can see there, she's got a wee bit of a dirty feathers on her bum, but that's just because she's been sitting around the house quite a lot and sitting in her pen, and sometimes she sits on her poo. So just a little bit dirty there, but that will come off shortly. Anyhow, we made the decision. This is Sunday the 21st of February. It's almost 3 weeks since she has been in the house, and before that she was at the vet's for a period of time. So it's probably been about a month and a bit actually since she wasn't in the flock. And, you know, she's a chicken. She needs to be with other chickens. I know some people have house chickens, maybe their last chicken in their flock, and I think maybe some chickens do eventually get used to that, but I don't want Hamble to be a house chicken. I want her to be integrated back into the flock. And I could see, you know, after dealing with her this morning and making sure she was fed and watered, and then she just settled down underneath the dining table, and then I came out here to these girls who were vibrant and running about, and I thought, you know, we should really get Hamble back into the flock if we can. So it's a trial, and I'm hoping, I think mentally it's going to be very good for her. I just hope she doesn't overdo it with her leg, but she's standing on it at the moment. Anyway, I've blocked up between the two parts of the run, and you can see the girls very interested, desperate to have a good old peck of Hamble, I think. Hamble's desperate to get in there. I think Hamble's remembered that Hamble, you see her hackles are up. The two that are looking in at her at the moment are, sorry, one of them, the other, the speckled Sussex on the left hand side there, that is Emily, and she's bottom of the flock, or was bottom of the flock. So I think that's why Hamble's got her hackles up at her. And it potentially could be that I could bring Emily out into this part of the run with Hamble, and maybe Hamble wouldn't get pecked by her because Hamble was higher in the flock hierarchy than she was. I don't know though. It might be that since she's been away and Emily's fit as a flea, she might decide to try her luck and try and, you know, get up the rung by, you know, being aggressive towards Hamble. So yeah, and I don't really want there to be too much in the way of excitement and sort of physical contact with Hamble and the others, although it would be nice if she had a buddy in there with her that she could settle down with. The other quiet chicken, the other girl that's on hormone implants just as Hamble is Beryl. And Beryl might be one to try, although Beryl was just above Hamble in the flock hierarchy, so, you know, she could stamp her authority if I put her in with Hamble. But it gives the added bonus of we don't have to worry about her wanting to go to lay, because there's not a nest box in here. There's a sandbox, a dust bathing area, but not a nest box. So if we put one of the laying girls in, there's always a chance that they'll get a bit annoyed because they can't get into the nest box to lay. Whereas Beryl isn't laying, and she could stay quite happily in here with Hamble. So we might have a little experiment a little bit later. But for now it's nice just to see Hamble out and alert and not just sitting down, although I hope she doesn't overdo it with her sore leg. And the plan is that later on at night time we'll bring her back into the house. We don't want to put her into the coop just now. One, it's going to be a struggle getting up into the coop, and she's not perching at the moment because of her legs. She's just sort of lying down. So yeah, I think we'll bring her in for the first few nights anyway, until we actually get her integrated with the flock. So yes, this is Hamble. Poor Hamble, but I'm so happy. She looks a lot happier already being out here rather than just sitting quite subdued in the house. Even though we in the house we gave her as much mental stimulation and physical stimulation with a dust bath and live herbs to eat and so on, but and she could watch the television with us at night. But yeah, she needs to be out with her own. And she is looking good. She is looking good, the wee darling. Hopefully the stress won't bring on her breathing problems again. It is a bit breezy, as you can probably hear, but once I shut the door to the run, she won't get much of a draft. She'll just hear some of the noise. So I think what I'll do now is I'll shut this door to have Hamble. Hamble, you've got a cut in your nose, have you? God, she must have been pecked. I didn't even notice. She must have been pecked through the wire. Look at that already. And she's not even in the run with them. You've got a bloody nose. A bloody beak. Oh, poor Hamble. Good grief, darling. How did I miss that? I must look back at the video. Anyway, we'll get rid of that blood before we introduce anyone to you, won't we? Yes. Right, okay, let's shut this door and let the others out and let Hamble settle down.